Let's go. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Crisis Talk. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Don't know when exactly you're watching this, but I hope you're having a lovely festive season.
Yes.
And it's Will Sianji, the outrageous one, back again.
What's good, people? It's your girl Lisa.
And I'm Palumi, and I'm excited for this week's topic.
Today, as you can tell by the title, we're gonna be answering a very reoccurring question amongst black people. Does the black community exist? Now, before we get into it, be sure to subscribe, whether that's YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you like to listen.
You name it.
Social media, all the links in the description. Firstly, do you feel like the black community exists?
Yes, because you see it all around, social media. You see it all around the world, in economics even. I think the black community does exist and are very, very quite strong. We could be stronger, but yeah.
For me personally, I think there is a sense of a black community. Whether or not, like Palumi said, is it strong? That's something that I guess it varies depending on where you are geographically. Maybe the sense of community in London, of the black community in London, could be a lot greater than the one in Manchester or vice versa. So yeah, I think it depends. But as an overarching thought, is there a black community? 100%.
Well, as you guys could imagine, I don't completely agree. I feel like there are communities of black people, but I don't think that there's an overarching black community, not in the UK at least.
Let's get into that.
Let's get into that. What do I mean when I say there's communities of black people? Well, I definitely feel like, there's a Nigerian community, for instance. There's a Cameroonian community, for instance. And I feel that because of a sense of unity, you know what I mean? There's Cameroonian events. I know, which uncle is married to which auntie, and which uncle cheated on which auntie, and, and
all them controversies there.
Exactly. And that's a proper community, you know what I mean? There's togetherness. You know what's what, you know where to go for what, it's there, it's evident.
Right.
Whereas this black community that we keep on referring to, it's not that evident to me. I don't know who's who, what's what, where's where, and that's why I can't personally agree that there's a.
Now I'm gonna ask this question: is that because you personally are not tapped in to a particular type of community in the UK, as in a community within the black community? Is that why you feel this detachment, if that's the correct word to use for you? Or do you think just as you see black community in public in general, that there is no black community? So is it a personal thing or is it a public thing?
Obviously it definitely starts from personal, just from the fact. From my own personal experience, I've not seen a community, there's a lot of conflicts if there is a community. But even in the public sense, you know what I mean? It's like these guys are beefing these guys, and those guys are these guys, and these guys are those guys. You know what I mean? There's no.
But I think that we need to change the way we view community and understand that just because something's a community doesn't mean that every week and minute you're going to be all together.
It's all positive.
Exactly, or it's all positive, or that it's all good all the time. I think there is a advantageousness to the fact that you do see beef or you do see
rivalry
and tensions, because then you get to see, because that's part of human nature, and B, then you get to see resolve. So for example, when we see someone like Miss R Fabulous, for example, we saw her when she was asking where is Vanessa.
So fucking head with it, Vanessa! Vanessa, where are you?
And now if
I'm at Sux's event.
You know where I am? I'm at Sux's event.
Now when we see her, you see her that she's grown, you see that she's in a different place in her life. But that's not to, don't get twisted as if to say that she would be scared or anything, but you see growth. So I don't think that, because of these crimes, not crime, because of these, I guess, tensions and rivalries and disrespect that people felt, and because they responded to that disrespect, that there isn't a community.
I think it's so interesting, Will, in particular, that the reason why you feel like there isn't much of a togetherness within the black community all stems from a negative point of view. Whereas when we look at other communities, Asian communities, white communities, gypsy communities, whatever it may be, there are differences, there are challenges that exist amongst those communities.
Exactly.
So why is it so fixated, and why do you strongly believe that just because there's sort of like challenges and differences within the black community that there is none, whereas that exists in every community?
Yeah.
You know, for me, there's one ultimate difference between the black community and all these other communities, and that is the fact that those guys can rely on each other. Like Asian guys, you know, like see, you got Curry Ryan in Manchester, you got like Stockport Road alongside.
We have
and it's
Muslim Lane.
You know, let's not forget that.
You know, they'll do their one shout that they can't do. But you could go to any major city in the UK.
In Hume, there's another place there. That's two.
The point I'm making is, it's like, say for instance, an Asian guy starts a podcast.
Yeah.
Asian doms will listen to it.
Right.
Black guys start a podcast. Black guys will air your podcast.
Okay.
I can't even rely on my own people. It'd be your own niggas.
Why is he leaving his right hand? I come back and back your boy.
But the thing here is that I think let's start off with podcasting, for example. There's 3 Shots of Tequila. There is the Receipts podcast. Now these are 2 quite popular, prevalent podcasts, and they're run by people in the black community, and people in the black community watch that and see that and know that, oh my god, you know, these are people I can look up to. Now let's look at YouTube, because since we're on YouTube now, you have content creators like Nella Rose.
So many black.
You have Angelo Patrol, you know, the Vital Reggae, okay? You have Annie Joya, you have Mix Up with Ghana. Like, you have black creators, and therefore they have a black audience that watch them and see them every day or whenever they put out content.
Yeah.
So I think it's about like knowing that the black community, yes, the lack of support is there. That's not, this isn't me saying it's not there. This is me saying that you have examples, and they might be somewhat like, they might seem far away, but those are still examples of people that can do it and have done it. And regardless of the haters, and regardless of the people that, you know, don't support, you know, let's say Crisis Talk, for example, we know that Crisis Talk will be a podcast that has that large audience in the future.
And even if we look at it microscopically, Crisis Talk is a platform. Crisis Talk is a platform based off, you are black, I am black, Palumi is black, our content creators behind the scenes, behind the cameras are black. That is a sense of community. Now, we've got our own community as Creation Foundation, as Crisis Talk, a black platform. However, when we project it out to people, it's not really our concern who really listens to it.
It's true.
Do you know what I'm saying?
We're not doing it for the clout.
Black people can listen into it, Asian people can listen to it, white people can listen to it, whoever you may be can listen into it. It's a sense of we've got our community here, and we're just spreading the message or spreading like awareness to other people. So whoever chooses to learn from that either wants to learn more about the issues or the adversities or just what it's like to be part of a black community or a black person in Britain here by today. I think being black and being in the UK, automatically you are sort of like versed into a particular type of bracket. There is a black community, because when we even take the word BAME, for example, you've got black, Asian, minority, ethnic. Those particular groups are all forms of communities. So maybe to fit in for a quota or to fit in for political reasons, we identify as a form of community. However, I think the sense of community becomes much deeper than that. And I really want to delve into the personal experiences that one has as being part of a black community, because I think that's where we would have a better understanding as to why there's detachment or why there's a stronger sense of community depending on your personal experiences. Before going to you, Palumi, I want to go to Will. What is your personal experiences within the black community or a black community or a community in general. Because you can. And guys, that is the end of the video. Make sure that you go and check us out on all the major podcast platforms, whether that be Apple, Spotify, you name it, you know what you're tuned into. Make sure you also comment, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, and all of them good things there.